Every successful trader has a secret that nobody talks about. It's not some $1,000 course. It's not some magical indicator, and it's definitely not the ability to predict market movements with supernatural accuracy. The secret is surviving what I call the struggle stage, the brutal, unforgiving period that destroys 90% of aspiring traders before they even understand what hit them. Here's something that will shock you. The traders making seven figures today, the ones posting screenshots of massive wins, the ones living the laptop lifestyle we all dream about, they didn't start there. They started exactly where you are right now, confused, frustrated, losing money, and wondering if they're just not cut out for this game. The difference between them and the countless others who quit. They learned to embrace the struggle instead of fighting it. Today, I'm going to reveal why the struggle stage isn't your enemy. It's actually your greatest teacher. The psychological warfare happening inside your head when you lose trade after trade isn't a bug in the system, it's a feature. And once you understand how to navigate this treacherous period, you'll discover why it's the single most important phase of your trading journey. The uncomfortable truth about becoming profitable. Let me start with something that might hurt to hear. You're supposed to struggle. You're supposed to lose money. You're supposed to feel like you're drowning in uncertainty. This isn't a design flaw in your trading education. This is the design. Every profitable trader I know, myself included, went through a period where they questioned everything, their strategy, their intelligence, their ability to ever make this work. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to become a professional athlete without ever experiencing physical pain, muscle fatigue, or the burning sensation in your lungs during intense training. That discomfort isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a sign you're pushing your limits and growing stronger. Trading works the same way, except instead of physical muscles, you're developing psychological muscles. The struggle stage forces you to confront parts of yourself you never knew existed. It exposes your relationship with money, your tolerance for uncertainty, your ability to stick to rules when emotions are screaming at you to break them. Most people run from this confrontation. They hop from strategy to strategy, looking for something that doesn't require them to face their psychological demons. But the traders who become millionaires, they lean into the discomfort. Why your brain is sabotaging your success. Here's where things get fascinating. Your brain, this incredible organ that's kept humans alive for millions of years, becomes your worst enemy in trading. Every instinct that helped our ancestors survive in the wild now works against us in the markets. When you take a loss, your brain doesn't see it as a small setback in a probability game. It sees it as a threat to your survival. This triggers what psychologists call the fight or flight response. Your heart rate increases. Your thinking becomes clouded. Your decision-making shifts from logical to emotional. And suddenly, you're revenge trading, chasing your losses, abandoning your carefully crafted plan because your ancient brain thinks you're literally fighting for your life. The struggle stage is where you learn to recognize these patterns and develop the mental fortitude to override them. Most traders don't realize they're fighting millions of years of evolutionary programming. They think they're just bad at reading charts or picking entries, but the real battle is happening between their ears. The traders who survive the struggle stage are the ones who understand that success isn't about predicting the market. It's about predicting and controlling their own reactions to whatever the market throws at them. The hidden curriculum of losing money. Every loss you take during the struggle stage is teaching you something crucial. Not about market mechanics, but about yourself. That trade where you moved your stop loss because you couldn't bear to take the loss, that taught you about your relationship with being wrong. That time you risked too much because you were convinced you had found the perfect setup, that revealed your relationship with greed and overconfidence. The struggle stage is like an intensive psychology course where tuition is paid in losses instead of dollars. Each mistake, each blown account, each moment of despair is data, information about your psychological weak points that you can't get any other way. Professional traders don't avoid losses. They extract maximum learning from every single one. Here's what separates future millionaire traders from everyone else during this phase. They start keeping detailed records, not just of their trades, but of their emotional states. They note when they felt confident, when they felt scared, when they broke their rules, and what triggered those decisions. This isn't just journaling for therapy, it's building a psychological database they'll use to recognize and interrupt destructive patterns before they happen. The compound effect of psychological growth. Something magical happens when you stick with trading through the struggle stage. You don't just become a better trader, you become a different person. The discipline required to follow a trading plan, when you're down, money develops discipline in other areas of life. The patience needed to wait for quality setups improves your decision making everywhere else. The emotional regulation skills you develop to handle losses make you more resilient in all aspects of life. This is why the struggle stage is so valuable. It's not just creating profitable traders, it's forging stronger human beings. The psychological muscles you develop during this period become your competitive advantage, not just in trading, but in business, relationships, and personal growth. You're learning to make decisions based on logic rather than emotion, to stick to long-term plans despite short-term discomfort, and to maintain perspective during both winning and losing streaks. The traders who embrace this process, who see each loss as tuition rather than failure, who view psychological discomfort as growth rather than punishment, these are the ones who emerge from the struggle stage transformed. They don't just learn to make money in the markets. They learn to think differently about risk, reward, and what it really takes to build lasting success. The transformation that happens during this period isn't gradual. It's like a switch that suddenly flips after months or even years of feeling like you're banging your head against a wall. One day you wake up and realize you're no longer the same person who started this journey. The trader who used to panic at the first sign of red is gone. The person who needed constant validation from trading communities has disappeared. You've developed what I call trader's intuition, but it's not some mystical ability to predict price movements. It's the ability to predict and manage your own behavior under pressure. This is when you start to understand why so few people make it through the struggle stage. It's not because trading is impossibly difficult from a technical standpoint. It's because most people aren't willing to undergo the psychological reconstruction that's required. They want the results without the transformation. They want the $1 million lifestyle without becoming the type of person who can handle $1 million decisions. The paradox of profitable thinking. Here's something that will mess with your head. The mindset that makes you profitable is the exact opposite of what got you interested in trading in the first place. You probably started trading because you wanted financial freedom, quick money, or an escape from the traditional career path. But profitable trading requires you to stop caring about money. In the short term, the traders who survive the struggle stage learn to measure success by process, not profit. They celebrate following their rules perfectly on a losing trade more than they celebrate a lucky winner. They understand that consistency beats intensity every single time. This mindset shift is so counterintuitive that most people never make it. They keep chasing the high of big wins instead of appreciating the quiet satisfaction of disciplined execution. During the struggle stage, you'll have days where you follow your plan perfectly and still lose money. These are actually your best trading days, even though your account balance says otherwise. You'll have other days where you break every rule and somehow make money. These are your worst trading days, even though you might feel like celebrating. Learning to see these situations clearly, to value process over outcome, is what separates professionals from gamblers. The isolation factor nobody talks about. One of the most brutal aspects of the struggle stage is how alone you feel. Your friends and family don't understand what you're going through. They see you staring at charts all day, losing money, and they start questioning your sanity. Some will be supportive, but many will suggest you give up and get a real job. The doubt in their voices becomes doubt in your own mind. The struggle stage isn't a detour on your path to trading success. It is the path. Every loss, every moment of doubt, every time you want to quit is forging the psychological steel you need to handle real money. Embrace the struggle, learn from it, and let it transform you into the trader you're meant to become.